Hey everybody, welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you could join me. Today I'm going to tell you what my challenge for myself, now my local Yarny friend I think is taking a break for the month of June. My sister recently got another job, so she's probably going to be taking a break for a while. But I still have almost, not quite, but almost 50 hats to make in the next 5 months. 4-5 months. So I need to get my butt going and start making some more hats. The last few Addy hats that I have made, which I've got 2 sitting here to show you in a future video, I have noticed that it really has made my shoulder hurt. Probably from the cranking motion like this. So I'm still going to make Addy hats, but I'm going to have to slow down on them. I can't crank out 2 to 3 a night. So that being said, I'm either going to have to crochet them or knit them or loom knit them. And chances are it's going to be either crochet or knit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down. I'm going to grab this, which I showed this to you guys the other day. Recognize this? This is my big basket of scrap yarns. Yes. What I'm going to do is I am going to make stocking hats using my scrap yarn. Now, to answer a question that I got on that video that I showed you this, it doesn't matter how tight the ball is wound. This one is wound pretty tight for sure, and I know this one here is wound pretty loose. These are both less than 2 ounces. So it doesn't really matter how tight it's wound, it's just how much yarn is there. So like I said, this one's fluffy and this one is wound pretty tight, but they're both less than 2 ounces. So, the way I'm going to do this is I am not going to look. I am just going to reach in and grab and then put the balls of yarn onto my scale on my messy table here, my scale, on my messy table here until they equal 2 ounces or just a little bit more. Because on average, for my gauge, and I'm going to use that new pink crochet hook that I got. It is a size I that I got. I showed it to you in yesterday's video. But I'm going to use that and make a stocking hat. Now I'm thinking about using, depending on how many little balls of yarn that I get, and I'm not going to be grabbing stuff like this obviously, because obviously that is, yeah, that's going to be boring. I'm going to need to wind these into balls. Ones like this. Yeah, I won't be grabbing these unless they're in a ball. But depending on how many balls of yarn, scrap balls of yarn I need to get to 2 ounces, I'm thinking about using some of the scrappy hat patterns, or just the hat patterns in general, from the Sheepishly Sharing YouTube channel. Margaret does a wonderful job of unique patterning styles and whatnot. I have made quite a few of her hat patterns in the past, but I think this is the best thing to do with this yarn. So, I'm going to reach in, going to close my eyes so you guys can't see. I'm going to reach in and grab and show you guys. Hopefully I get it on screen because I don't want to look at it. What I think would be about the equivalent to 2 ounces. And then we will put it on the scale and see whether I need a little bit more or I have plenty. So, like I said, you can see there's all kinds of colors in here, all the way around. There's even stuff in the bottom. So, shall we go? Alright, here we go. I'm going to dig down, deep. How about this one? Does it need wound up? Got my eyes closed. Oh my. Uh-oh. That doesn't feel good. It's stuck, y'all. Alright. I'm just going to break it. I'm going to break it. This is hard with your eyes closed. Alright, I broke this one. I'm going to set it right over here on my scale, which is not on. That one, I think I need at least one more about that size, or maybe, I'm going to dig down deep again. Ooh, this one feels interesting. How about that one? That one's a little rough. That must be a red heart. So I've got 2 balls. See, my eyes are still closed. I haven't looked. This one's a squishy. It probably feels like a, I love this yarn. This one feels like definitely a red heart. Hopefully they go together. And just for kicks, no, I think that's about enough. So I'm going to put these down over here on my scale. And I'm going to open my eyes. Set this down. I still haven't looked. Well, that's not a bad choice, actually. Alright, let me grab my camera and we'll put it over here and see how much I have. Okay, so please excuse any messy that you might happen to see in the process of doing this. So we're going to put the peach colored one on there. That is about 1 1/8 of an ounce. I'm going to put the teal one on there. And that gives me 1 7/8. That is pretty close. I'm going to try it and see if I can do it. Okay, so with these two colors, we have 1 7/8 ounces of yarn. This is kind of like chopped with yarn because I ran them out of my basket and I have to make a stocking hat out of these two colors, which I should have right about enough. It's just 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an ounce less than 2 ounces, so it should work out just fine. We'll make it work, right? So now I need to decide what pattern I'm going to use for this and get busy and make a hat. So if you guys would like to play along, that would be awesome. I challenge you to do that. Just make sure that whatever your gauge is for your, the size of hook that you're using and the pattern that you're using, just make sure that you have enough yarn. If you need more than 2 ounces for the yarn, that's fine. You probably won't need less unless you're making something smaller than a small adult size hat, which is what I make because they cover my ears and they're about the perfect size for the preschoolers. So make sure you subscribe and like this video and come back and see what I make.